Well, we're back for a series of discussions, this time talking about two shows we really enjoyed, I guess.
Especially after both of the season 2s of these shows being phenomenal.
So, why did Iron Fist and Luke Cage get canceled? Let's get to it. So, complexity, I guess is the best way to put this, and confusion.
It really is confusing, especially because of the fact that, yes, Netflix canceled first Iron Fist and then Luke Cage right afterward.
Right. So about a week apart. The thing that people don't understand is Netflix doesn't make these shows. These are ABC shows. The same people that are behind the rest of the Marvel shows, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., this is their production. So this wasn't Disney. This wasn't ABC or anybody, because Netflix has the distribution rights. Like, they came to them and said, hey, let's jump into this partnership. We have a way to get your product out there, and we'll offset the costs. So it was Netflix's decision.
Yes, and it honestly makes a lot of sense, especially with all of the news of Disney creating their own streaming services to kind of compete with everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
And also the fact that they own 60% shares of Hulu.
Right.
So they have two different streaming places that they will now be able to distribute it, and all of the profits then go straight into Marvel's pocket.
I think that's the thing people are missing about these cancellations.
Yeah.
Neither of the shows were the top tier received shows that they had from their respective Marvel brand. But not only that, even compared to the other Netflix shows, and I've been saying since the beginning, it's a miracle Iron Fist even got a second season.
Especially after with everybody hating on season 1, and then the people who finally watched it, they're like, it actually wasn't as bad as they thought it was. And then them coming back, though, with a season 2
which greatly improved on many complaints people had. The fighting, choreography, the storytelling, the pace of it. Same thing with Luke Cage season 2, I thought it was an improvement in every aspect, so...
And a lot of people, though, still loved season 1, and then season 2 that much more, so it really was a blow to everybody, but without knowing all of the background facts of everything that's going on, a lot of people just think that they're gone and they're done, when... Even Marvel has been kind of tweeting out and saying, immortal, these people aren't gone.
And that's the thing. People want to know, why did they get canceled? And I'm just like, look, if the ratings aren't there compared to the other shows, and specifically, this is conspiracy theory, I have no proof to back this up, but let's look at it with a fact. They just announced last year, Mark Millar, who used to write for Marvel, and he absolutely hates them now and stuff, his comics got picked up, so Kick-Ass and various other properties are all coming to Netflix. They bought his license and his properties, so it's 100% theirs.
Yes.
Why would you need Disney's properties when Disney's going to launch their service, and in 4 years they could be like, hey, thanks for that Daredevil. We're just going to take that and do our own thing, because it's their decision. Yes. They're literally looking at the future going, we're going to lose them anyway, might as well keep 2, maybe 1 Daredevil, because people also forget Defenders was canceled.
Oh, yes.
Because that page changed to Netflix NX, which is their sci-fi brand, so Defenders isn't happening at all either. So 3 shows have been canceled in the last month.
And the only reason why it seems like none of the other ones have been because they're all currently shooting. Jessica Jones season 3 is shooting, Punisher season 2, and they finished doing Daredevil.
Yeah,
so
Daredevil just wrapped, so,
air all these. I can see it right after all of those shows air, cancel, and cancel.
Oh.
So that Netflix doesn't have absolutely any of them. So now, just like you said, they have a property that is still going to be comic book related, which a lot of people are following of those particular comics. Yeah. And now Netflix gets to have all the profit instead of sharing anything with Disney.
They don't have to go to anybody, and now we kind of understand the narrative. Oh, Netflix, we were interested in putting Moon Knight into season 2, but they suddenly said, no, cut him out. Now it makes sense, right? Because it's like, oh, Marvel knew how this was going to go. And what really is terrible about this is you read an interview 3 weeks ago with the dudes working on Luke Cage. They're like, we have a great story. We're writing those scripts. So they even didn't know that this was coming. It's out of the blue. So I think through and through, this is 100% Netflix decision. Because if it was up to Marvel,
Marvel would have already
kept on going, you know?
Yeah, Marvel, I feel, if it was them, they would have said, hey, season 3 of these shows coming to our streaming service.
Or something.
They would have already had a contingency plan in effect. Yes, was canceled from here, but get ready because it's coming here. So it really feels like it's just Netflix's way of honestly giving Disney the middle finger, being like, you know what, we don't need you. We know you're going to take your stuff away from us. We know that you're going to potentially have a bigger, at least family audience than they will. But also, stop and really think about it. Netflix just sat there and was like, oh, we have 800 new original shows. They don't need Disney.
They're shooting so much for next year, and Disney's already said, we're aiming to beat competition and take them down. And Netflix came back and said, they can try, but what are they going to do? Like, they're already in a war with each other, and when this deal was inked, nobody knew this was the way of the future. Like, it was kind of out there. It's kind of like when online gaming in 2001 was kind of like on the original Xbox. I remember playing MotoGP and telling all my friends, being like, guys, decade from now, this is how we're all playing. Like, nah, man, couch co-op is always going to be it.
Oh, man.
Halo doesn't even have couch co-op anymore.
I don't think
Halo.
anything does. I don't even think technically the Switch does at this point.
It's like it's so crazy how industry has changed. And I think this is the changing of the industry. And Netflix wanted to more or less be like, look at us pull our weight. We don't need Marvel. Toss these 2 shows out of here. I literally think it's power moves. That's why it was canceled.
Yeah, it really is a power move. And yes, Disney is going to have their own and Hulu, but look at how the numbers are. Netflix has been number 1 forever, since it basically... Netflix killed Blockbuster. If you're too young to know what Blockbuster is...
Yeah, remember going to that.
But Netflix killed Blockbuster and all of those little home things. Netflix has nothing to fear at all when it comes to Hulu and Disney having their streaming services.
They're so far ahead. They're literally like the PlayStation 4 versus the Xbox One. There's such a head start that it didn't matter how much more powerful or how much more you got. You're not getting taken down because you were first and you're the de facto. Everybody knows you. So,
and to even think, though, they went from a non-streaming service. They went to discs first.
Yeah.
Now they're streaming. I actually completely forgot about that until
Remember, that's how we used to do it?
Second.
That's how we used to do it.
Is you used to sit there and you get a disc and you can have it as long as possible. They were the reason why Redbox is a thing now, people.
Yep.
It's because of Netflix.
Honestly, Netflix's decision, because they want to go to the streaming war, and that's why.